Picture, for a moment, the bustling, sun-drenched streets of Lagos. The golden hour light is catching the dust in the air, a street vendor is laughing, and the chaotic rhythm of the city is unfolding in this perfect, unscripted harmony. Now, how do you hold on to that? Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're immersing ourselves in a truly spectacular source text from EkundayoTv titled The Lens of Legacy, a cinematic photography masterclass. So let's dive right into this. I'm going to guide you through this source material, not just to show you how a camera works, you probably already know the basics, but to reveal how we document the vast emotional landscape of the human experience. We're going to explore the art, the science, and the absolute magic of capturing life, literally frame by frame.
How do we freeze a memory? It's a profound thought, isn't it? Our source material emphasizes that photography is not merely about operating a mechanical device. No, it is so much deeper than that. It's the art of capturing emotion, distilling a memory, and, ultimately, human storytelling. When we press that shutter, we are taking a fleeting fraction of a second and anchoring it into eternity. We're telling a whole story without saying a single word, and that is the true power we are exploring in this explainer today.
All right, Chapter 1, The Soul of Photography.
Before we even think about mastering the dials, we must first understand our visual language. The source beautifully calls these the genres of light. Think about it. A portrait isn't just a picture of someone's face. It's a profound attempt to capture a soul, pulling the viewer right into the eyes of the subject. Landscape photography asks us to stand in awe of the world's immense scale. Street photography, while like those busy Lagos streets we imagined earlier, it immortalizes the chaotic, breathtaking beauty of a completely unscripted moment. And whether we approach wildlife, events, or product photography, each one demands its own unique cadence of storytelling. Every single genre is simply a different way of speaking the exact same language of light.
Moving right along to Chapter 2, Mastering the Exposure Triangle. Now this is where the magic really meets the mechanics. EkundayoTv suggests we shouldn't look at technical settings as rigid, intimidating rules, but rather as the fundamental syntax of our visual language. This is exactly how you bend light to your cinematic will. Since you likely already understand the exposure triangle, you know that aperture is not just about letting light in. It's your ultimate tool for isolation, purposefully melting a chaotic environment into a soft canvas so your subject can truly breathe. Shutter speed? That isn't merely about motion. It's the manipulation of time itself. You're freezing the chaotic flutter of a bird's wing, or maybe stretching a rushing river into a ribbon of ethereal glass. And ISO empowers you to pull truth right out of the shadows. Together, they allow you to tell the camera exactly what you want it to feel.
Next up, Chapter 3, The Art of Composition.
So capturing the light is really only half the battle. Once that light enters the lens, it has to be masterfully and intentionally organized within the frame. This is where an image transforms from a simple snapshot into a cinematic masterpiece. EkundayoTv emphasizes that the rule of thirds isn't just about intersecting lines on a grid. It's all about creating a dynamic, natural, cinematic balance. By placing a subject slightly off-center, we intuitively guide the human eye across the space, inviting the viewer to actively explore the world around the subject rather than just confronting them dead in the middle.
But the architecture of a truly great photograph goes far beyond that. Leading lines like a winding road, a long hallway, or a meandering river physically pull the viewer's eye deep into the narrative of the photograph. Framing uses the environment itself, think archways or overhanging branches, to intimately draw attention directly to your subject. Symmetry provides this profound sense of scale and divine harmony, while mastering depth ensures your two-dimensional image actually breathes like a three-dimensional world you could step right into. Master these concepts and your images will absolutely command unyielding attention.
Which brings us to Chapter 4, Lighting and Smartphone Magic. Look, you might be sitting there thinking right now that you need a $5,000 cinema rig to capture this kind of truth. But the beautiful reality highlighted in our source material is that the best camera is simply the one you have with you. The power to create Hollywood documentary-style art already exists right in your pocket, provided you treat it with discipline. Just the simple act of wiping your lens clean removes the hazy veil of the amateur. Taking command of your focus and exposure controls rather than letting the device guess for you reclaims your artistic intent. Stepping away from the digital zoom preserves the absolute integrity of the image, and changing your angles, like getting low to make subjects look heroic or finding a higher vantage point, changes the perspective entirely. Follow these foundational disciplines. Seek out the dramatic shadows of the natural golden hour, and your smartphone literally becomes an instrument of high art.
And hey, the magic doesn't stop at the shutter. The raw capture is reality, sure, but it often lacks feeling. The cinematic vision, however, is the magic of the digital darkroom. The masterclass highlights accessible tools like Adobe Lightroom Mobile, Snapseed, and Photoshop. In the hands of an artist, these are not just for fixing mistakes. No way. They are powerful tools for dramatic color grading, enhancing depth, and emphasizing cinematic lighting. It is right here that you transform the cold reality of what the camera sensor saw into the deep emotional truth of what you actually felt when you were standing there.
Finally, let's look at Chapter 5, Building a Viral Strategy.
Okay, let's pivot now from the solitary emotional art of capturing a photograph to the data-driven, explosive science of building an audience. Because what good is a masterpiece if there's no one there to witness it? The EkundayoTv playbook lays out a highly tactical approach for creators. It begins with high click-through rate thumbnails. We're talking images that feature powerful emotional expressions or striking transformations to literally stop a viewer in their tracks. We pair that with titles driven by curiosity and descriptions rich in SEO so the algorithm knows exactly who needs to see your art. But the absolute most critical metric in this entire ecosystem is the first 5 seconds. Your visual storytelling must be so instantly captivating that it hooks the viewer immediately. Combine that retention with natural prompts for engagement, and you are no longer just taking pictures. You are cultivating a vibrant community.
We end our journey today with this powerful motto from the EkundayoTv Masterclass: see beyond the lens. I want to leave you with this thought. Photography isn't about the gear you own, it's about the vision you cultivate. So use whatever device you have in your pocket right now. Go out, chase the golden hour, and capture the human experience. Let me ask you, if a single photograph can immortalize a fleeting moment forever, what legacy are you going to freeze in time today?